Hey, so how's your credit score? Hi, my name is Harrison Schiffbauer, and I'm a licensed mortgage loan originator or loan officer for short. And today I want to talk to you about your credit score. Now, whenever I go about my day and everything, I talk to a lot of people. And as of recent, I've been receiving a ton of questions when it comes to how do I get a credit score or what does it do? Credit is one of those things that, honestly enough, like you, I wish didn't exist. But honestly enough, it does. So we really need to be talking about how it helps you and how it can hinder you. And with mortgages, we use credit scores to determine just how risky of a borrower you are. Now, you already know that. But before we go any further, let's go ahead, take some time, and get a baseline for how it works. There are three bureaus that pretty much control the credit scores. Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion are the three major bureaus that go ahead and track your credit. Now, what kind of range are we looking at? A credit score can be ranged anywhere from a 300 to 850. 300 is being on the low side, while 850 is you have buco credit. So why isn't it just 0 to 550? Honestly, I don't know. Each of the three bureaus use their own algorithm to go ahead and score you, and it can be really frustrating. Now, you've probably heard that each time you get your credit pulled, it's going to drop down a couple points. This is true, but if you're actually in the market to buy, I wouldn't worry about it. On the other hand, though, if you're just pulling your credit for fun, stop it. Now, I should probably be pausing here and say, even though I am a loan officer, I am not a credit professional, but I'm in the same boat as you, so let me show you how I did it to raise my credit. At first, for a majority of my 20s, I had no credit history because I didn't need it. But you know what? By the time I hit my mid 20s, I realized credit is actually pretty important. And so what I did was I went and bought a car. Now, it wasn't a new car. It wasn't even anything spectacular, but it was a small loan and it was a great way to start building credit. And even my father co-signed with me to help me build this credit so that way I was in a better position. But here I am now with my first loan, my own car. But I'm not a fool. I went ahead and I put that on autopay. In fact, I set it up in such a way that I was paying a month in advance just in case something happened. That gives me 2 months to be able to get a payment in order. After 6 months of having this car, I actually went ahead and applied for what's called a secured credit card. This is a great form of building credit because what it does is it allows you to put a little bit of cash, in my case $200, and it gave me a $200 line of credit, which I just paid off whenever I used. And by showing I could make those payments, my scores went up. Now keep in mind, credit cards can be a really slippery slope. This is not something that you want to rack up a ton of debt with because ultimately, in the end, it's going to hurt. And you know what? My father's going to be the first one to actually tell you this.
You know what? Don't do credit cards. Just don't do credit cards. Oh my gosh. It hurt so bad for 30 years. What? My wife says 40. It was awful.
Folks, my father is a little extreme, but the point is be careful. We don't want to put you in a bad situation. So I've got credit history with the car. I've got credit history with a secured credit card. That allowed me, after 6 months, to go off and get another card that gave me cash back. This is the third line of credit, and let's be honest here, the rewards is where you want to be at. By the time I had purchased my first home, I had three cards, one car, so four lines of credit, and my score was above 700, which allowed me to be able to get into a conventional loan, like we've talked about, and to get a pretty good rate. And I have to admit, it's not bad after only 2 years of building my credit. Taking the time to build your credit is vital. All right, and that's how to build credit. But let's say that you've already got a credit score and it's not the best. The same rules apply, but it's easier to build the credit than it is to repair the credit. It's the same principles. Don't overextend yourself. Make your payments on time and keep a zero balance or as close to a zero balance as you can, and you'll be on your way to being able to have better credit. So there you go. I hope this was helpful, but if you have any questions or there's something that's nagging you, feel free to shoot me an email. The email is in the description below, but other than that, I hope you guys have a great day.